start recording. Future me, edit this part out because it's boring and nobody wants to see this anymore. This is only okay for live streams. La 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 la. I wish I could fucking find my mic.
You're in the present of Trixie. Therefore, nothing can get wrong.
Everything can go wrong. Alright, we're good. Hi, I'm Blazing Beats. You may know me as Blazing Beats Entertainment. That ugly fucker is Alen, the Draconicus.
I am Alen, the Draconicus, co-host, and currently we got a new guest today.
And you may have heard her speak earlier, because she likes to talk and make me do things I'm not okay with.
Today we have someone from the Ponyverse.
We have second best waifu here. We have the second best waifu, and I'm very happy, and Alen knows how much this is bothering me.
Today, Ms Trixie is going to go ahead and be a part of our podcast today. This is going to be entertaining for every viewer as well as you, Blaze.
Yes, because Trixie... If you do not know, those of my community and fandom, Trixie and Adagio are my all-time favorite waifus. So, yes, I'm fucked. Blame Alen, he did this to me.
I mean, you begged for Trixie to pop on, and
I did.
you finally got one.
I did.
Flattering to have such a loyal fan.
Alen, what do I do?
Start asking the questions. Let's go.
I didn't have any prepared.
I do.
Alright, good.
Trixie, okay, Miss Trixie, what is your current job after the local catastrophe from season 9?
I'm not caught up on season 9.
Mostly been trying to learn new bouts of magic. Trying to really make do after, well, things kind of went haywire. And mostly just trying to keep myself maintained.
I have a question.
Show going on after all.
Alen, I have a question.
Yes, what's that?
Am I allowed to make requests?
That depends. What are you going to ask?
Never mind. I'll save it for later.
Okay, later. Our main question of today is, what do you do as a job, Miss Trixie?
Well, kind of an odd question to ask, really. But I suppose it was a long time coming, so... Which one, really?
She's a stripper. Depending on what fanfic you read, she's a stripper.
Well, that's on the down low, but we'll just save that for later. But... sometimes I like to try to get back into the old swing of things and try to be my own type of entertainer. But that's something I like to do for later. Right now, I just want to make sure that dreadfully sorry. I've just woken up.
It's all good. So did I. Alen was like, hey, do you want to do a podcast today? I was like, I wasn't scheduled, but fuck it, sure.
To be fair, one thing you
Yeah, but, like, you didn't let me know the night beforehand.
I did, you just didn't pay attention.
So, Trixie, I have a question that everyone is burning to ask. Are you and Starlight a thing?
Ooh. I'm gonna have to hear the answer
Well,
for a minute.
we talked from time to time. We talk from time to time, and we do hang out from time to time, but mostly we hang around Sugar Cube Corner. But other than that, we're mostly just really gossip friends. We talk about Twilight from time to time, seeing how we're doing with each other from time to time.
Making fun of Twilight. Don't lie. We know what you do.
No, not necessarily making fun of her. Not making fun of her, just really asking how each other's are doing. I've come to respect Twilight after a little while. So, the great and powerful Trixie is nothing if not, well, she knows when to admit defeat after a good few thrashings. So, I will admit it, Twilight is very much more great and far more powerful. But she's humble with how she is. I like that about her.
Interesting.
Left.
Alan, do you have a question?
Okay, what's your question?
I don't have a question. I'm trying to think of more because I did this on the spot.
Do I have a question? Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Trixie, what is the most favorite thing about being a show actor on the road?
Well, mostly just being able to see new faces from time to time and making sure that the little ones are absolutely dazzled and absolutely bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Oh, it makes Trixie just so happy. Not only seeing all of these little falls, coats, and feelings, just sitting down and enjoying some of Trixie's shows, just like the old times.
That makes me happy.
Well,
That's good.
Ain't that sweet. But I feel like most of us are probably going to ask this question while you're on the road and heat season happens. Now, to us stallions...
Alan, what the hell?
Hey, hold on. We have to ask this question because there's still a few questions here.
Alan, no, Alan, you're gonna do my waifu like that.
You can blame him for this one. He wrote down this question.
Who do I have to massacre?
Anyway, the question states, on heat season, what do you do exactly to relieve stress in a way? Like, I know...
Did Ham write this?
I know it's not coming, but...
Sometimes I go down the bumpier routes, and whenever I do go, and, well, things get a little fun when I sit down.
I mean, this isn't PG in the slightest, but come on, Alan.
I tried to make it like so we could get monetized later, but like
Weren't you the one who was trying to get me to stay monetized?
I'm trying, at least.
I'm trying harder than you are right now.
Hey, blame Ham for that question, because that was his question.
Blame Ham? Do I really need to have a conversation with Ham about waifu?
Dude will ask, like, I've asked him a ton of questions about her. Don't blame me for questions.
Who this pork-based...
Well, you have the next question for you. Our next question is, what kind of magic spells can you do?
Teacup.
Well, simple levitation, of course. Teleportation. And a little something that I learned from Twilight after I broke down and asked her for a book. I can now create fireworks from different and sparks from different little locations, so it kind of saves me on bits.
Well, that's good.
That is an entertaining little thing. But I feel like, did you learn the teleportation from someone, or did you learn it yourself?
That was more so the family trying to. That was more so mother and father trying to teach me basic magic back when I was a little foal. So that was something that I tried to learn over and over and over again. So I had little bits of notes. So that's something I tried and tested when I was younger. The family didn't entirely like it that I went into entertainment. So that happens.
I think it helped to have a mare friend who is really good, really good at teleportation, as well as a friend of hers is good at really teleportation.
Well, I've mostly gotten it down. So, but thank you. I really do appreciate it.
Yes. Well, to our next question. Our next question is, one guy asks, how hard is it to sleep in that carriage? That is a good question.
Actually, no.
I would assume it's like camping.
Magic shock suppression. How do you think the Pegasi were able to cushion most of their landings if they ever had to take a sudden landing? I learned a few things or two so I can enchant my cart with it.
Alan, again, where the hell do you get these questions from?
I mean, I could tell you later, but right now we got some more questions.
God damn it.
Okay, well, that's entertaining. I thought there would just have been endurance, because as a soldier myself, unlike the Wonderbolts who are reserves, I am a soldier myself, and, was one. And what we did for training for this particular motion of, like, motion sickness or trying to sleep when stuff is swaying is ignore it. Literally, we just had to ignore it. We would always have, like, swaying bunk beds. My comrade and I actually fell out of our bunk beds because of how shaky the training simulation was.
Being an ex-survival specialist, I learned how to do it by sleeping in a vehicle. Like, a moving vehicle a lot. Or sleeping from, like, hammocks and stuff when it was real breezy.
Yeah. And same thing goes when I went and did sea training. Yeah, you had to go sleep on a hammock. It's not as easy on the sea as it is in a truck.
Yeah. I also, when I was doing survival training, I would always sleep in the bed of my pickup truck. Usually while it was driving, so yeah.
Alright, our next question is, what is your favorite food, Trixie? Ooh, that is a good question.
Spaghetti.
From time to time, Trixie would normally get something from Sugar Cube Corner. I highly recommend the sugary bonbons. They're really good.
I would hope so. Otherwise, Bonbon would be offended.
She would be, and then Lyra would be all on your ass. Being that they hardcore lesbian and.
Yeah, I've heard of what Miss Lyra can do, but I'm more concerned of what Pinky would do if she figured out that I didn't like sweets. She's known me so much to be one of her sweet partners. From time to time, me and her were to try and say, well, much like me and Starlight, we do hang out from time to time, but Pinky is rarely around, but she's mostly with Twilight and the others.
Now, here's a question somebody's asked. Do you resent Twilight at all still? That is a good question.
Twilight?
Do you resent her? Do you hate her still? do you consider her still an
Mostly
enemy?
mostly I try my best to maintain a nice, cool, clean posture and a good reputation, one that she's shattered time and time again. I will admit I am highly jealous of what she has done and how big of a standing she has, not only of magic, but
Yo, Alan, I gotta peace out for a sec.
Alright, go ahead.
Like, I gotta go for, like, a little bit. Don't worry, it's still going, everything's still going, it's good. I just have to leave for a second.
I'm gonna go ahead and ask you some more questions, Trixie, because standard and the recording's still going on. So, let's see here. A few more of our final questions before we get to, like, the main event questions. Trixie, do you specifically like your, carriage, or do you, would you prefer of having your own house? That is a good question, considering what this guy asked. He's basically asking, would you like to have a house, or would you stay and have your own, rather have just your carriage?
actually, I've been upgrading my carriage from the inside from time to time, making it a lot bigger from the inside, even though it's very compact in size from the outside. However, it's kind of tricky to open the big doors from the inside and go outside to where there's only small doors. It's very confusing sometimes. But I prefer my carriage. My carriage is something that's been a part of my life for the past, 4 to 5 years now.
This guy asked another question that's right under the first one, and this one is, if you did pick a house, would you like to have your house and your carriage, so that way you have a house to go back to once in a while after you're done being on the road? That is a entertaining question, and I would give you more living space to probably for future foals and or lady or stallion friends. That is a good question, actually.
Well, that's a very, very deep question. But yes, actually, if I ever do, it is nice to not be on the road and just sit back and relax from time to time. And it's rather nice knowing that I have such an adoration from outside of my actual carriage. So yes, by a few standards, I really, really do like the prospect of keeping myself maintained for just the carriage. But if I did have a house, I would be more than happy to just stay and sit back and snore.
I would hope so. A lot of people would love to have a nice place to kick back and relax, I feel like. And before we continue with questions, would you like to join us in the podcast room on that you have gotten it, probably everything down? I'm going to go ahead and meet you on the 18 plus server, and I'm going to meet you at spawn. So like I could get to find. I'll be very easy to spot.
Alright, I will see about doing this soonish. I'm very sorry about this, but the internet may be a tad bit off. Here in my carriage, it's kind of hard to get mobile Wi-Fi.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We have internet problems ourselves. Like, just recently, I lost my power to my internet for 3 days straight, so...
And I've been out of internet for a while.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, internet problems is quite common on podcasts.
Yeah.
And other... Yes,
Yeah, sorry about that. I've been having a stomach bug for like 2 days. So, yeah.
You're fine, no place. I went ahead and I went to go get Trixie. She's gonna go ahead and spawn in the 18 plus. Yes, that way.
Oh, alright. Yeah. Cool. So, Trixie, I have a question for you. I don't know if Alan asked, but I'm gonna ask it either way.
Go ahead.
Out of the main 6, who do you who is the closest you relate to?
The closest that I relate to.
Or, like, the one that you're probably closest to?
The one I'm closest to, believe it or not, is actually Pinkie Pie.
Interesting. And why is that?
Pinkie Pie is a very energetic, very passionate and pleasing crowds. So me and her get along well in that regard. Me and her both have a massive sweet tooth. And most importantly, we love to smile.
Oh no! No, I'm having no! Vietnam! Charlie's in the bushes, I'm having a flashback.
What do you think of Pinkie's stallion friend, Cheese Sandwich? What do you think of him?
Ooh, cheese.
I heard them in the bushes behind my cart one time. Those two need to get a room.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, well.
Well, I mean, Pinkie's never been the subtle type.
What's up with that?
Pinkie has never been the subtle type.
No.
Never.
Auntie Pinkie is never subtle.
Auntie Pinkie will do things to you that nowhere else will.
Yes, my character is related to the main 6.
Oh god, are we doing backstory? Wait, did we finally figure out Blazing's backstory?
I don't think so. But where are you at, Ms Trixie?
Where am I at currently?
Yeah, on Ponytown.
Oh, I have not made my character yet. I'm very sorry that I'm taking so long.
Oh, it's fine. I'll stay hidden and wait. It popped up.
Tis okay. We have.
Should you?
I'm pretty much good for the entire day, so I'm pretty much free. So, if you want to take the entire day to do a podcast, and we'll take the entire day to do.
But I'm going to stay in a different character. I'm going to stay in a different character as not to attract crowds.
Arouse suspicion.
But you'll see. But the username that you currently see underneath amongst the character I'm using is the one that I will currently be using. So, the 18 plus server, correct?
Yep, because we're adults here, even though we've met more than a few non-adults.
It is very questionable that some fools and
Yeah.
pop up on.
One of the people in our server we met on the 18 plus who is way too young to be on here.
We are.
Where are you at? You probably see me right next to the tree.
Oh, I see you.
Alan, where you at? I'm gonna go meet you by the dock.
I'm right here, directly behind the tree.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and add you to friends, and I'm gonna go ahead and add you to red spawn, by the way. You're gonna have to add Chronomite to the thing. You're gonna have to add thing, so.
I'm by the dock. I'm waiting for you guys. I'm the welcoming party that you. I think essentially think of me like the welcoming party when you get to an airport.
Hey Trixie, follow me.
Okay.
We need to
You're rather hard to miss.
He is.
Not many ponies have red hair, which I've noticed.
It's okay, you can pick me out in a crowd. Alan's picked me out in the crowd so many times.
Alright, Chrono's right next to me. Trixie's right next to me, so yeah.
This one?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. Hello.
I don't know. You don't look like Trixie.
Well,
Because I have to use a separate look. Otherwise, it'll draw crowds. Can't have everyone surrounding us.
everybody
I don't know.
Something I learned from Twilight.
I don't know.
Just add Trixie.
Ugh, I don't know. She doesn't look like a she don't look like one, but if you say so.
Guys, now add her.
You are no fun. You don't let me tease anyone. Jeez.
Well, that's not teasing. You can tease them all you want once we get back in the studio. Now get her in there.
There we go. That one. Add to friends and invite to party.
Yep.
Let's see here. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, when we first got this, we were all confused.
Go on the ship. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Right here. Get on it. There we go.
Welcome to welcome to the podcast island.
Yep. Let's go ahead and head in the house for the podcast area.
And now we can officially start the podcast.
In a weird way, yeah.
Wherever you want to sit is fine. We don't really have a preference on where you sit.
Well.
Alan, I can see your butt mark. Alan, I can see your butt mark. I can still see your butt mark. Alan.
Alright, let's get back to the question, shall we? Alright. So, our next question is, what would happen if you had a foal? Who would you ask to help you with your foal? Also, don't start this while on podcast because it's definitely going to get some if that happens. So put it away.
You're no fun.
Put it away.
But Alan,
We're trying to.
you're no fun.
Anyway, to the question. Yes, if you had a foal.
Is this good enough? But Alan, I have a mic. Fine, you meanie.
Thank you.
Why you gotta be so mean? It's my podcast.
It's our podcast.
It was originally my podcast. Moving on, so yeah, back to the question.
Anyway, back to the question.
You are distracting Trixie from thinking.
Me and Alan
We're sorry,
bicker a
Trixie.
lot, so it's part of. If you haven't seen the podcast, it's part of us.
Yeah, kind of the package what you get.
If I had a foal, I don't necessarily know exactly who would be the stallion who would take Trixie's heart.
Well, that
Never
was
really thought of it.
Well, it's not really the question. The question is, who would you ask for help to take care of the foal with you? You know, honestly, I thought you would have said
Oh, I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
Trixie's mind is not in the proper headspace.
It's fine,
Keep it cute.
You've been through a lot. You've been through a lot, Trixie.
Anyway,
Now, who would help you take care of them?
I'd say Pinkie Pie already has her very own problems of babysitting, so I don't want to bother her. I'd say Fluttershy.
Fluttershy isn't too bad with
Yeah, that is
children.
the answer, actually.
He's gentle but stern.
Very.
And a whole boy could she knows her way around, so she
Yeah.
as much as I hate to say it, she would actually be somewhat able to protect them.
I'm glad you didn't choose Pinkie because she has goals of her own to deal with.
I'm not caught up.
Exactly.
I'm still on like season 2.
After all, Miss Fluttershy is very well kept with beings of chaos, and one more chaotic than Trixie's full.
And she got some big mommy milkers. I didn't say that. Wrong universe? Wait, this isn't the Anther universe? Damn it!
Trixie here is from the Pony universe, like we are. She is not from the Equestrian Girls universe.
I wasn't saying Equestria Girls, I was saying Anthro.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, she's not from the Anther universe either.
You know where my head lies.
You wouldn't get that joke. Now, to the next question, it is. Ooh, this is an actually interesting question. If you were able to modify your living quarters, Trixie, to have a hot tub, would you do it?
Absolutely.
I mean, who wouldn't? That's kind of a dumb question. Who wouldn't?
I don't know. It's more of a question, less of a question of would you do it rather than could you do it. I think that's what they were trying to get at.
Again, who wouldn't?
Yes, I already have my wagon very well enchanted from the very get-go. So it's a lot smaller on the outside, but on the inside.
She's got a Tartarus for us. She's got a Tartarus, bud. She's got a Tartarus.
Alright, our next question is. Ooh, this might be a personal question, actually. Should I say it, actually? Ooh, this one's a little...
Rating 1 to 10, how personal?
Probably a 5 or a 6.
Well, you know our saying. Fuck it.jpg. We apologize beforehand.
Alright. So, the question states, if Starlight switched genders and you two fell in love, what would be the first place you would go on a date with them?
Well, that's not that bad.
Well,
It gets worse, because there's a second part to this question when she answers.
Oh god, it's one of those.
Yes.
well,
This is my mood.
I'd mostly go to Manhattan and go to a very fancy restaurant with them. I'd be mostly trying to treat them normally. But I'm pretty sure I have the bits for it.
Oh, by the way, it was one of those questions where they listed every area kind of question, and then they had a question for each area. Let me scroll down. Manhattan. Here we go. Their question for Manhattan was, when you go to Manhattan, are you going to go to the poker club, or are you going to go to the strip mall?
Poker. Poker. I'm sorry, I'm a gambler. I have a slight addiction to gambling.
There you go.
You should ask Starlight for that one. She'll be going over there afterwards.
Yeah, poker.
her some other time.
We don't have a
But,
Starlight.
Ooh, you might not like this question because guess who asked it?
Who?
Twilight. Twilight asked this question. Her question is, Trixie, what would you do if another Ursa Major popped up?
Oh, that's a dick move. That's a dick.
I call the residential drama queen.
Yeah, okay, so she has a second part to her question. She says, if you answer anything, it's not going to work because you're going to be in the middle of the desert. Ooh, that is a dick move. I didn't even fucking read all of it before asking it.
Hey, she hasn't seen our,
Okay, Twilight, that was a dick move.
Trixie hasn't seen our drunk podcast, right? Or the one with Ham, right?
I don't. Have you, Trixie? Have you seen our little drunk podcast? Because that was nuts.
No, I'm just saying because I did things to Trixie I'm not exactly proud of.
Trixie has only seen a single episode, and it was quite entertaining.
Oh lord, what episode?
Well, we're gonna have to tell you that later, but
Why are you conspiring against me with my waifu? That's not cool, man.
Anywho, this is not a question, but a statement for you, actually.
Me?
We have a lot of, yes, this is me telling you something.
Oh.
Did you know we have a voice actors ready to go ahead and be interviewed, and all of them know voices for each character, as well as actual voice actors for characters, so we're gonna have a lot up.
We're gonna be like...
Busy, yes.
How busy?
I mean,
Dude, is it... Okay, I have a question for you, and, sorry to put you, like, out of the spotlight for a second, Trixie. Alright, people of the internet, and those who watch our channel and follow us on Twitch and Twitter, I have a question for you. I've asked Alen this, and I've asked people on Twitter this. But now it's your time, because you are... No offense to people on Twitter and Twitch and that type of shit. The people on YouTube are the biggest majority. We have 90 subscribers. So the question now comes to... Is it finally time that we make Brony Down the Street podcast its own channel? Alen, what is your answer to this?
I mean, I guess it would make sense, but at the same time, it's like, we would have to move all of these episodes to that channel.
I can do that, no problem. I've done that
Alright,
before.
cool.
That's not an issue. But the question is it being that we're gonna actually be backed up for a little bit, is it finally time?
But we'll let the audience decide.
Yeah.
It's that.
Yeah, that's your guys' thing. You guys decide. You guys have been backing me since day one. You guys are essentially my A1s from day one, so if you want us to move, we will move. If you want us to stay, we still might move.
I don't know. Alright, well, let's get back to the question, because I'm sorry we got us off track. Anywho, our next question is, ooh, okay, so if you're wondering how I'm getting these questions, I finally should tell you guys. I get most of them from my friends, or I ask them like random questions and I'll write them down. But some of them, I actually get them from YouTube and from other channels, and I ask them questions like, what would you ask this character? And they would write it down.
Oh, okay, so you're just pulling from your stockpile of random-ass questions.
Pretty much. Anywho,
I thought you were getting more love than me. Which, honestly, wouldn't surprise me. I'm not very well loved.
Ooh, this one might be an interesting question, and it's from Fluttershy.
Kingu.
This question says, hey Trixie, what would you do if you had a pet? Ooh. And what would it be?
be just as stupendous as Trixie. So, much to my dismay, and much irony in it, there's a major.
Really?
How are you gonna house such an object? How are you gonna?
My own irony.
How are you going to house such a creature?
Fluttershy, and help me with it.
How are you going to house and maintain such a creature in such a? I understand that your
Well, I mean,
your cart is much bigger on the inside, but how are you going to get it through the door?
Do you two not know? Do you two really not know what Trixie's
Well,
cart is capable of doing?
Well,
Apparently not.
I was thinking you'd probably use a shrink spell to get it in the door.
I mean, who knows? It'll probably just grow to fit the Ursa Major.
You know, Trixie's cart can actually outfold, correct?
Yes, we know that.
Vaguely.
because You turn the stage.
Yes. And what would be better than making sure that the rest of an Ursa Major can actually fit inside of such a small little compartment than an infinis-based spell. Well, enchantment more so than anything, but still an infinis-based enchantment. So whenever I want to expand, all I need to do is knock down a wall and use some materials in a blank space inside of my own carriage.
Oh god, now we're getting to space and time continuums.
Anyway, that sounds very dangerous. As a fellow unicorn, I find that very dangerous, and I'm a unicorn who can copy spells. So and when I say that's concerning.
I'm just a Pegasus, bruh. Honestly, I'm just a Pegasus, so magic is beyond my comprehension.
Yeah. I mean, you know flight magic and storm magic, but that's about it. I know a lot about, like, pretty much everything. I'm a copy wizard.
Well, you'll be saying that when I'll scare the shit out of you with a thundercloud.
Yeah, not before Rainbow gets you first.
To be fair, you know me and what Rainbow would do good. We would breed the pranksters.
Yeah. Good luck with that, my fellow friend.
Shut up!
Well, I know for a fact that you two are pranksters. You egged my cart 3 weeks ago!
I did no such thing.
And why did I see you literally running away just as I came back from the market?
I did no such thing. I was just in the neighborhood. You can't prove nothing. You can't prove nothing.
I can prove it very easily via a rewind spell that was put on my cart in case of vandalism.
You know nothing. Maybe I was Who was the guy who shot JFK?
He's dead.
Yeah, I know. What's his name though? Oswald? Harvey Oswald?
Oswald.
Yeah, maybe I was pulling that. Maybe I was pulling one of those. Except with vandalism.
Anywho, let's go ahead and get some questions for Trixie Straddle.
Would you quit interrupting each other? Goddamn.
I said, let's get to the questions before Trixie straddles you like a pig in a pen. Don't forget to hit 1, Trixie, so that way your character don't disappear and your internet doesn't shut off.
The question: what type of straddle?
The kind where she chokes you to death.
You know what? It's contact with Trixie. I'll do it.
Anyway, next question is... Ooh, this one's an actually entertaining one. Because it's from a villain.
The fuck,
Yeah,
man?
we got a person who you might have heard of, Grogar, asked a question of...
Who the oh, yeah. I was gonna say, who the fuck is Grogar?
The guy with the bell. Anyway, he asks, do you have my bell? And if so, give it back before I turn you into a chicken.
No.
Okay, that's more of a...
I
Bad.
do not have your bell. I did, but it was taken from me. Unfortunately, some hooligans had went ahead and broke in and stole some things. I did not catch who they were, but I do know for a fact that it was vandalized. I saw items floating out of my cart, and
See, it couldn't have been me. I don't have magic.
an image of a bell.
No, what she accused you of, Mr. Blaze, was egging her cart.
Are chickens sentient? No. No, they're not. I answered my own question.
It was a different day that had happened.
Alright.
Yeah. Our next question is, and also Mr. Grogar, she doesn't have the bell, so go look for it somewhere else. Anywho, our next question actually goes from someone who I have a stockpile of questions on. This one is a question from 17up, and he asked a question of, what would you do if you were instead of being a unicorn, Ms. Trixie, what would happen if you were a Pegasus or an Earth pony? What would be your first thought if you just woke up one day and became one of those?
Pegasus.
Well, first of all, I would, you know.
Sorry, all headphone users. Didn't know she was gonna do that. R.I.P. R.I.P.
Yeah, anyway. What you next do after your scream?
I would immediately try my best to run, or more so ride back to Ponyville, and ask Twilight, can you please fix me? And then proceed to scream again.
Okay, now, here's where this little question gets deeper, because somebody commented on this guy's question, and he asked, well, what would happen if it was not just Trixie who turned into something else, but rather the entire...
Oh, species swap, essentially.
Yeah. So, and that means that maybe Rainbow Dash is the new unicorn of town, so...
Oh my god, unicorn... Her being... No offense to Dashy, but she ain't unicorn material.
I think if there were an alternate personality, like, no, an alternate universe, or a parallel universe to where I was not a unicorn, I think I would have been one of the trying out looks like Miss Rainbow Dash to actually become a Wonderbolt.
Trixie has a Wonderbolt. I mean, I do like spandex.
Try not to flirt with our guest today, mister. Especially...
I said nothing. You can't prove. You can't prove shit. You can't prove shit. I'm innocent. In American culture, I'm innocent until proven guilty.
Well, in Scottish culture, somebody's just gonna slap you. So anyway, and next question is, oh, here we go. Here's a good one. They asked, hey Trixie, what would you do if you had really long ears?
Be like y'all one and only. I have the long floppy ears.
I can't hear you. I have tinnitus. I can scream, but I cannot hear any longer because all the explosions around me.
We would probably lift your ears so that way you can hear us. the ears have...
Oh, I didn't know she was like actually serious about having tinnitus. Because I legit do have tinnitus.
No.
I legit do have tinnitus, so it sucks.
Due to having, mostly for anatomy, having long ears means that you have much greater range of hearing. And
Yeah, so I can hear every time you fucking make fun of me, Alan.
Yeah, but she can also hear.
Apparently, you both know of my old circumstances, so you know how many explosives went off around me, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but explosives are fun when you have tinnitus.
I feel like
It would be very
Ms. Trixie-
unfortunate to have death been deafened by my long ears. So if I did have long ears, I wouldn't use as many explosives because that would mostly hurt my eardrums.
Well, as a pony with long ears myself, as well as Blaze over there, who has long ears himself, but we can concur that having sensitive ears, you can basically just tone out things sometimes, and it actually works.
Yeah.
Especially with, like, really good sounds.
I no longer really pay attention to gunshots anymore.
Yeah.
Because that's how I lost my hearing.
For me, I can just tone things out. Anyway, some of our final questions of the day. We have about a few more, but some of these are character-related questions, or people who you might know, Ms. Trixie, who are asked this question.
Hey, Alan.
First one. Yes?
You forgot to do your signature question.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm going to ask that after this first one right here, because
All
that's
right.
right there after that.
All right.
Yeah. Our first question is, what would you do if you specifically were born not a pony, but something else entirely? Like a diamond dog, for example.
Oh, speaking of diamond dogs, I don't know if you're a huge like fanfic listener like I am, and sometimes Alan, but there is a really good freaking
We're gonna have to.
Yeah, but hold on, this is for everyone. Echo the Diamond Dog is amazing.
Well, yes, I think she may be a very interesting individual, but let's get back to the.
Yeah, but it's cool, and we always have to have a fanfic section.
Alright, just so you know, Ms. Trixie, no, the next person who is going to be on the show is going to be Twilight. Other than Miss Adagio, she's going to be on here as well when she gets on.
Why do you forsake me so?
Well, anyway, but your question will not be interviewed by them. And this question is, because this is a very sensitive question, this question says, who would you kiss, who would you marry, and who would you kill in your universe?
Everybody already knows mine.
Yeah, and everybody knows mine. Trixie.
Who would Trixie kiss, marry, or kill?
And marry?
Yes. Usually it goes on a lot longer, but that's usually when they're drunk.
Marry, kill. Would I kiss or would I marry? Would I kill? Okay. I kiss Starlight.
Aw,
Yes.
Sweet.
Fandom rules.
No, who I'd marry. The married part might actually have to be something for another time, but Trixie will make sure that all of it will be answered soon. But the married part of it is a tad bit tricky for Trixie right now.
That's fine.
But
But
kill. Oh, kill. Oh.
Damn it, Alan! Our podcast is gonna be responsible for another massacre. But it's not gonna be us doing it this time.
Do you know how many times that it's been that Twilight's made a mockery of me?
quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, a bit too much.
Yeah, Mother Twilight does not, like, behave.
Yeah.
So-
Mostly, I do respect Twilight, so I would put her on my kill list. I'd most likely put her on my fuck list, but
We'll have to save that for later. Okay, so,
other than that, let's see here. Who would I kill? Who would I kill? Who would I kill? Who would I kill?
who does
You
it?
know that trio? You know those trio of diamond dogs, right? The ones that harassed Rarity. Long time.
I love those
Yeah.
guys, actually. They're
Yeah.
funny as hell.
They're
They
funny.
tried.
I really wish they would have come back in a few more episodes.
They tried to get inside my carriage and steal it. Unfortunately for them, they couldn't figure out how to use the enchantment. The enchantment was found to me. Trixie! Those fools couldn't steal anything above that cart from me. The only
Shoot.
thing that they've been able
I'm gonna leave that comment alone, because I almost said something real racist.
Anyway, so you say you would kill those 3 diamond dogs. I would agree, because Auntie Rarity really needs to put up her personal game and, like, learn how to fight, because she's a priss. So,
Auntie Rarity?
well, yeah, because I have 12 siblings, and each one of them... Well, I'm from an alternate universe, Ms Trixie, but I am from an alternate universe where 12 individuals was born from the main 6.
Shh, Alan. Enough about your book later.
Oh, you like that doctor fellow?
Oh, yeah.
I've met Mr. Phillips. He is a very kind individual.
Klein?
He helped me
Klein.
with the interior of my, he helped me with the interior of my little cart.
I kind of figured because I know the spell. I learned it from him. I kind of learned that spell from him. So I mean, it makes sense that he's done that. Anywho, yeah. And same thing with Blaze over here. He's from an alternate universe as well. None of us are from the same universe, but we
I
know
don't remember my backstory.
Well,
That's because I
As it
haven't written it yet.
we haven't come up with one yet, but as it stands right now.
Why am I from a
yeah,
separate universe?
So, we're gonna have to ask this, so who would you marry? And, like, obviously, we can't go on until the next question until you probably answer this. You could say someone...
You could have a placeholder. Placeholders are okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Starlight.
one of the crystal stallions certainly has a gleam to them.
Ooh, you're going for the shiny.
I'm gonna...
What can I say? The extravagance and the more eye-catching is one thing that Trixie loves.
Well, I'm fucked then. Shut up.
Well, our next question is, ooh, this actually might relate to the thing we said with the crystal pony. A crystal pony asks, specifically, that's what they're called. That's kind of funny. Anyway, a pony asks,
Some of them have names.
What would you do if you met a crystal pony unicorn? What would you ask them?
A crystal pony unicorn.
You know, honestly, if I've met another unicorn, I would just ask them a bunch of magic questions, really, since I'm a unicorn myself.
Be like, yo, what magic?
Well, I mostly ask them if they. Well, this is from Heat. This is Trixie from Heat season talking, but I asked them if they wanted me to polish them a little bit more.
Ooh, you're gonna get down. You're gonna get oily.
I'm gonna go hide.
Poor Blaze. Anyways. Anyway. Our next question is, ooh, this one's a good one. So, this is asked from Discord. Oh, so Felicia and Discord both asked a question.
Oh, I was like, who the hell asked it from our server?
So, Discord asked a question, and he says, Ms Trixie, would you be inclined to have a tea party later? Oh, he just straight up asked you, would you like to be in a tea party later? Okay, that's funny. But, oh wait,
Actually,
here's more.
yes. But mostly, I'd like to ask, can we bring Fluttershy with? I need to get to know her a little bit more, much like the others. I've been hanging around Starlight and...
Knowing Discord...
Yeah, she gonna be there. She gonna be there.
Yeah.
He's got a little too much flutter, but...
Yeah, there's more to the question. Because I scrolled down and I was like, oh, there's more.
Oh,
So,
God.
Yeah. Like, there's a whole paragraph here, but I'm just gonna sum it up into a small question.
Bonkashard.
Yeah. So, he basically asks, what would you do in a zombie apocalypse? And don't say that you would try and save anyone. I'm asking you this question because we have one scheduled. What?
Shut up! You leave your SCP theories alone.
Hey, this is the...
Knocking up on destruction bell tones from Twilight. Not gonna lie, that's actually a good one. I never thought of something like an outbreak or a pandemic. So, I think...
I mean, if you were in the human universe around 2018 to 2019 through 2020, you would have seen one. It was pretty bad.
Dear, I don't think I want to be in that dimension.
Oh no.
The world's kind of screwed now.
You really wouldn't get many let's just say it wouldn't be good for you because the people there aren't exactly, how do I put this? They're very uncouth.
Very. Oh, here's a question from this is an interesting person. He's called the Owl House Lover, and he asks a question, and he says, there's a universe called the Owl House. What would you do?
Our guest left.
What would you do, Miss Trixie? Oh, they moved the toy. What would you do, Miss Trixie, if you and Ida from the Owl House became best friends and you sold items alongside her from the human realm?
Who that?
That is a good...
Okay, I have a question. The hell is the Owl House?
Owl House is a TV show reality where a lady called Luz, a human, visits a world full of witches.
Huh.
And
I have many questions. Trixie is very confused.
I am also very confused.
yeah, I know this question's kind of confusing, but I can sum it up really quickly.
Yeah, please.
This place is a world full of witches, and Luz, the human, who you follow their story, they go to they find a lady selling items, and she is known as Ida, and she sells human items from the human world because she found a portal to the human world. And the questions basically asks, would you sell stuff beside her and go to the human world to steal stuff to sell? Or would you rather just try, would you become friends with this person? Basically, is the question that's asking. To be fair.
Trying to set up a trading route in different areas. I would mostly make areas and be selling them in different, not only areas and locations, but I would make sure that they would be eye-popping and very, very attractive to the world around us.
Well, yeah, I would assume you'd need more bits for your house.
Do they use bits as currency, though?
Yes.
They use gold.
Not necessarily.
No.
currencies. Ours
Correct.
has a wild abundance of gold.
Yeah, you are from the canon equestrian universe, so of course yours has abundance of gold. My equestrian universe has an abundance of silver. And we don't call ours bits, we call ours,
Bites. That was it. That
we
was
actually
that.
call them,
That was
we
a
call them
computer
shillings.
joke.
We call them shillings.
Well, so normally something like that would normally be versus what we have normally amongst us. I think that would be a good thing that our currencies are a tad bit different. That way things don't get counterfeited. Trixie doesn't like counterfeit as much as she used to.
Are you saying that you used to be a counterfeiter? Or are you implying that?
Not necessarily. I didn't realize what counterfeit was until I tried to buy some groceries and
Yeah, that
bits
always sucks.
some bits were just gold covered chocolate.
Alan,
Well,
you pirate, did you do that?
well, no, but I have, taken pieces of counterfeit, shillings away from people.
Aren't you like a cop in your universe or something like that?
I'm an imperial soldier.
Yeah, essentially a cop.
Yeah.
That was a glitch. That was a hardcore glitch. Are you having fun there, Miss Trixie?
Sit down now. I'm
Alright,
going to sit
alright.
down. The teleportation spell did not work. I'm not an owl. I'm not supposed to be a unicorn here. Shh! Don't let them disguise fool you.
Alright, folks, this is the podcast.
Alright, our final question for the day. Would you like to ask it, Mr. Blaze?
What question?
Let's see here. Our question for the day, I mean, would you like to ask a question, or do you...
No, I don't have questions. You got me off guard, so I didn't have any ready.
Okay, well, I got one last question. And this question goes to, well, mostly everything, really. And that is, would you be inclined to, what would you say if we, like, this is a question from me, specifically. What would you say if I brought Twilight and you on the same podcast to see and both ask them both questions?
I have a question on top of that.
Yes.
Please, would you, is if this does happen, is there going to be bloodshed?
Twilight a little bit more. We've been separated mostly, and we've been busy in our own accords. So it'd be great to catch up with Twilight once again.
So no bloodshed?
No bloodshed. Just.
I mean, that's good and bad because we've had enough bloodshed on this channel thanks to Alan's questions.
I reread the Twilight question, and it turns out they had numbers on their thing, and I'm assuming they're from an entirely different universe. So that's gonna be entertaining.
The fuck?
Uh,
Are we interviewing the Twilight?
maybe. And it sounds like they're evil Twilight.
Okay, because I know you said we're interviewing a Twilight.
Yeah, we're interviewing a Twilight that I know. I just saw this question on YouTube asking a different Trixie from a different universe, so I just took their question.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, are we happy? Are we good? Are we...
Yeah, are we good, Ms Trixie? Are we good for the question? Do you have any for us?
Yeah, wow. Way to be selfish, Alan.
Actually, I only have one relations, since you are back in Equus, with Mr. Discord?
No, I am related to him by a different manner. See, in my universe, I was created because of his magic, and all of the main six's magic. So, me and my 12 siblings were created as representations of stars. My full name is Alen Libra Berry Sparkle. But he's outseen was his multiple type.
We all know you're a berry. Ya berry. I broke Trixie.
You did a little bit. But the reason was there was because one of my siblings had the word berry in theirs, and it just kind of stuck.
Hey, Alan. Hey, Alan. You do know that berry is a gay slur, right?
Yes. Oh, shut up.
Oh, you love me.
Anywho,
You love chocolate
back in
rain.
the podcast uniform, and Trixie, do you have a question for Mr. Blaze here?
I am no longer Blaze. I am chocolate rain.
Get back in your uniform.
How much are you willing? How much are you willing to show me your dedication to your second waifu?
I mean, you're the only pony waifu that I have, so pretty fucking dedicated.
Well, I guess that's it for today's podcast.
And in the words of Muhammad, there will be blood for those I love. Sorry, what? There's a chainsaw that there's a demonic chainsaw that likes to take a hold of my personality sometimes.
And let's go ahead and end today's podcast. I've been Alan. He's been Blaze.
Hold on, I'm not back in my okay. I'm Blazing Beats. I'm the main host of this podcast, this trashy thing. The one over there who is doing odd things, it was our guest. We appreciate her for coming on. She is welcome to come on anytime she wants to. I'm mad at Alan for not giving me enough heads up to write questions. And that should be it. Alan, do you have anything to...
I've been Alan, co-host, and you can find me at Lyra and Bonbon on Twitter. And
Oh,
you
yeah.
can find me at Alan Nicholas on YouTube.
I'm Blazing Beats. You can find me at Blazing Beats 2 on Twitter, and Blazing Beats... Wait, what is our channel name now?
Blazing Beats and Alan Chicana plus YouTube.
Oh yeah, it's YT. But yeah, that's our channel. Please subscribe if you like what you saw. If you would like to join our Patreon when that comes out, please let me know ahead of time. And on that note, would you like to plug yourself, Miss Trixie?
No. Trixie likes to stay mostly on the road, on the trail. So whenever every pony wants to see me, just try your best to catch one of my shows out on the street. I'm still out there, still entertaining. As a nice and powerful
Let her finish her bit. But yes, this is waifu. She's great. Yeah. On that note, we do have our Patreon. We do have our Discord still up and running, and it has actually gotten revamped. Alan, would you like to do a little bit of talking about our server being revamped?
It was basically we got all the channels corrected.
Wrong Discord, sweetie.
Mr. Discord does cardio?
No,
No.
in our universes, there especially in my universe, there's a thing called Discord. It's like, essentially think of it like Dragon Mail, except way more advanced.
Oh,
He's
that's
from-
relatively fancy. Okay.
Yeah, he's from an advanced universe. Yeah.
Yeah, and Alan, back to what we were saying.
Basically, the server has been revamped to make amenities to new people as well as everything. If you go in there, make sure to post your.
If you do join, there is a link on my Twitter, and there is also a link somewhere in my YouTube. When you do join, don't forget to write your age down in the age group, and that will automatically give you access to 18 and above if you are as such. Big thanks to Ham the Hobkin for helping out with that, and thanks to thanks to Alan for getting me hooked up with Ham. Yeah, other than that, thank you, Ms Trixie, for coming onto our podcast.
Yes, very much so.
Thank you for having Trixie.
You are more than welcome. Please come back. I beg of thou.
She does have a surprise for you after we close stream, so let's go ahead and close stream.
That being said, we're Brony Down the Street podcast. We're trying to compete with the Brony Next Door podcast. So, if you are a fan of them, say hi to Weird Alicorn for me. Thank you. Yeah, alright. La, shutting down stream. Well, not stream, thing. Me edit this out later, blah, 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 blah. I really wish I had a better eye-hand coordination. And